Back in the day, any math system or any language, what happened was some guy or man or woman, some human being came along and made up a system. So, for example, the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K. Alright? First things first, I won't go all the way. I might ask you a question. Why does B come after A? Why? No reason. Some guy, whoever made up the alphabet, decided A would go here, B would go here. No profound reason. Do you got it? They just decided there needed to be an order. That was the order. In a different universe, somebody could have this. And that would be completely normal to them. Would it stop them from spelling words? Would it stop them from pronouncing them? If A is still pronounced A, C is still pronounced C, B is still pronounced B. Would it stop them? No. Somebody made up this system, and we use this system to communicate. Does that make sense? Now, another thing I might say is I could put four of these together, okay? And I could put four symbols together. Let's say the word hike, H-I-K. The word hike. Why are those four letters combined hike? Same way now. Some guy set up a system and he decided the word hike means to go off walking somewhere. I'm going to make this word using the letters H-I-K-E. Now H has a H sound, I has an I sound. So there was a bit of logic, wasn't there? There's a bit of logic in how to spell hike, but there was no real logic in the order of the alphabet. Does that make sense? Now, here's what we're going to do. At the moment, I'm teaching you the alphabet of maths to teach you how to spell. Do you got that? So here's what we're doing. There's two big differences you need to understand, right? The first thing is it's going to be 4 times 2 slash 2 multiplied by 4. The difference between that and 2 to the power of 4. Amber, can you tell me the difference? Yes.
That's 4 by 4.
That is 4 plus 4, or it could be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 4 twos added together. Is everybody happy that the two of these mean the same thing? Now, what does 2 to the power of 4 mean? Yes, sir. It means 4 of them multiplied by each other. Do you got it? So some dude back in the day decided that, like the alphabet, he said, when I have 4 of them multiplied by each other, I'll tell you what, I'll put a small 4 on top of the 2. That's what that means. Okay? No logic. He just said, that's what we're going to do. Okay? Now all of a sudden, what happens next is, you're going to have something like this happening. 2 to the power of, you're going to have 2 to the power of 3, which is 2 by 2 by 2. Then you're going to have multiply by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Now imagine this, guys. Imagine the original number is this one here. And the second number is this one here. And we're multiplying them by each other. How many 3's are in the first one? How many 2's are in the first one?
3.
This is known as 2 to the power of 3. How many blue ones are there? What's it known as? 2 to the power of 4. How many do I have in total? This answer shall be 2 to the power of 7. Does that make sense? What do you think this answer here is? Question 3. Yeah. What's the answer for this one? 3 to the power of what? 6. Brilliant. Okay. Now, next thing. They're going to try and trip us up a little bit. So imagine this. Imagine I had this as an example. Minus 4 squared. Alright. Can anybody in class tell me the difference between minus 4 squared and minus 4 2b squared? Anybody care to give me an answer? Yes.
If it's minus 4 2b squared, then it would be plus 2b.
Answer 16, isn't it? Anybody care to tell me the other one? It will be minus 16.
Good afternoon, all classes. Just a reminder.
Essentially what you're missing here is that, see that minus 1? That minus 1 represents minus 1, and then it's a 4 squared in behind it. Do you got that? 4 squared on its own, 16. 16 times minus 1, minus 16. Now get this. What they're going to try and do is they're going to try and trick us up on question 4. I'll set up a question exactly like question 4 if you want. I'll do 5 to the power 3 multiplied by minus 5 to the power of. Anybody? I'll go for 2 as well. Now get this. This means, would everybody agree that 5 to the power 3 means 5 by 5 by 5? Is everybody happy with that? Now multiply. In my opinion, this means a loose number 1, yeah, multiply by 2 5s. That makes sense to you guys? See, I took out the minus 1, didn't I? And I left over 2 5s. So what happens here? How many 5s do I have now? 5 to the power of 5. And then I still have my minus 1, don't I? So it's going to be minus 5 to the power of 5. It could be a different answer than minus 5 to the power of 5. Do you understand? They're not the same answer necessarily. Remember we did earlier where minus 4 squared was not the same thing as minus 4 squared. They're not always the same thing. Okay? Let's try another one out. That one's particularly tough. Okay? I'm going to try another one on you. Get this one. What's 7 to the power 3 multiplied by 7 to the power 4? What's 7 to the power of a half multiplied by 7 to the power of 3/5? Whatever a half plus 3/5 is. So all I have to do is go to my calculator for a question like that and just add them. So it's a half multiplied by, plus 3 over 5. And what you get? 11 over 10. So this answer is in fact 7 to the power of 11 over 10. Does that make sense? Now, there's a small difference then when you come to dividing. Oh dear. Okay. So, what happens when you divide? If 3 to the power 7 multiplied by 3 to the power 2 is 3 to the power 9. Can anybody in class tell me what you think 3 to the power 7 divided by 3 to the power 2 is going to be? Yes. Which is? 3 to the power 5. Think about it. How many 3's is there on top? 7. I really wish I didn't pick 7. Stress. Now. And now how many are on the bottom? 2. What happens to the ones on the top and the ones on the bottom? Turn into 1. How many 3's do I have left? 5, don't I? Have 5 of them, don't I? So therefore, 3 to the power 7 divided by 3 to the power 2 is 3 to the power 5. Alright, what's x7 divided by x4? x3, excellent. Right, no hassle there. Now, next thing. What we're going to do next, guys, is, so there's I want you to get this, right? So can anybody in the class tell me, what's 16 divided by 16? 1. What's 25 divided by 25? 1. What's 5 to the power 2 divided by 5 to the power 2? Okay, it is 1. You're not wrong. But I want the in-between step. What's the in-between step? We did it. Yes. Nearly. I get what you're saying. Remember we did this earlier, guys? X to the power 7 divided by x to the power 5 is x to the power of 2. So what's that? 5 to the power 2 divided by 5 to the power 2? 5 to the power of 0. 5 to the power 0 is 1. You made that up. That's odd. Let's try another one out. What's 16? 4 squared. Other 16 is also 4 squared. What's 4 squared divided by 4 squared? 4 to the power 0, which is also 1. Okay, let's go again. 27 divided by 27. 3 to the power 3 divided by 3 to the power 3, which is 3 to the power 0, therefore must be 1. Therefore, without even looking at this, what's 100 to the power of 0?
1.
What's x to the power of 0?
1.
What's atom to the power of 0?
1.
There we go. He does it. We're now moving on slightly further. We're going towards 2 to the power of 8, take away 2 to the power of 5. Anybody tell me what to do with that? Question 8. 2 to the power of 3. Just 8 take away 5, no bother. Moving on. Now, let's do one of these first. Question 18, what do you reckon? 7 take away 4? 5 to the power of 3. Next one, 6 take away 2? 4. Now, I have to go over something different, okay? There's a big difference between 5 to the power of 3 multiplied by 5 to the power of 2 versus 5 to the power of 3 to the power of 2. Let me explain. 5 to the power of 3 by 5 to the power of 2 is 3 5s multiplied by each other, multiplied by 2 5s, which is 5 5s. Everybody cool with that? Now look at the bottom one. What does 5 cubed squared mean? It means 5 to the power of 3 multiplied by 5 to the power of 3, which is 5 to the power of 6, exactly. 6 5s, would you agree with that? So 5 to the power of 6. So, can anybody tell me the difference between x to the power of 7 multiplied by x to the power of 2 versus x to the power of 7 to the power of 2? What's the top answer? Top answer is x to the power of 9. The bottom answer? X to the power of 14. What's the visual difference? The visual difference is this one has 2 base numbers and 2 powers. The bottom one only has 1 base number and 2 powers. Knowing this information, what can you tell me about this here? Answer, please. This one. No worries. Now, find this one here. Okay. See if I have anything else here. Oh, we do. The negative number rule. You're going to love this one. Some guy, once again in his infinite wisdom, decided to do this. Okay? He has a 1 on the top. He has 4 trees on the bottom. Do you got it? And he goes, you know what? That's the same as 1 over 3 to the power of 4. Is everybody cool with that? He then decides that this shall be represented by 3 to the power of minus 4. He then decides that minus numbers means that the power is automatically on the bottom. Has nothing to do with minus. He just decided that symbol in the power position would mean this. So as an example, if I was to ask you 5 to the power of minus 2, what would you tell me the answer is? 1 over 5 squared, which is 1 over 25. If I was to ask you guys 2 to the power of minus 3, what would you say that is? 1 over 2 to the power of 3. Can anybody predict what 24 is going to be then? What's the A value? 3. There you go. Lads, you guys are actually quite